Good afternoon. Lynda McD Sky Watcher. June 18, 2018. This morning, just before 8 a.m. during rush hour, Osaka was rocked by a 6.1 magnitude earthquake. There have been at least 4 casualties, including a 9-year-old girl who was killed while walking to school, and according to The Guardian, hundreds of people were injured in the quake. Despite a relatively low magnitude, its shallow depth of 13 kilometers caused violent tremors. It registered up to a lower 6 on the Japanese seismic intensity scale of 0 to 7. Quakes of a lower 6 intensity make it hard for people to stay on their feet and can topple unsecured furniture and other items. Officials warned of possible strong aftershocks. There are fears that the risk of house collapses and landslides has increased in the areas shaken strongly, said Toshiyuki Matsumori of the country's meteorological agency. Please make sure that you are fully on alert about seismic activities and information on rainfall, and stay clear of dangerous places. Experts said the earthquake could have involved a fault that has not moved for more than 10,000 years. We may have to consider the possibility of even greater earthquakes following, as happened in the quakes in Kumamoto. Kyodo News quoted Shinji Toda, an earthquake geology professor at Tohoku University, as saying, "Dozens of people were killed in Kumamoto in southwestern Japan in April 2016 after 2 powerful earthquakes struck within 2 days of each other." TV coverage of the immediate aftermath of the Osaka quake showed ruptured underground pipes spewing water onto the street. While firefighters were seen tackling a blaze at a home on the city's northern outskirts, a number of other fires were reported. Kansai Electric Power said no irregularities had been detected at 3 nuclear plants in the region. Several rail services were suspended, including the bullet train. Television images showed passengers getting off trains and walking along the tracks between stations. The car manufacturer Daihatsu said it had suspended operations at its plants in Osaka and nearby Kyoto, while the consumer electronics firm Sharp said its factories were operating normally. "I saw the ceiling and the floor undulating, and I could barely stand. I was very scared." Katsufumi Abe, who was at Osaka's main railway station when the quake struck, told Kyodo. In Osaka Prefecture and neighboring Hyogo, over 170,000 households are now without power. Some local supermarkets are closed. The ones that are still open are experiencing the effects of panic buying, no doubt with many worried about aftershocks or a bigger earthquake. Bread, instant ramen, microwavable food and water are being snapped up. In many of the areas hardest hit, the shelves are bare. Other types of food, thankfully, and things like tea still appear to be widely available at supermarkets and convenience stores. The Prime Minister, Shinzo Abe, said the government was assessing the damage and that its priority was to rescue anyone trapped inside buildings. He said he had instructed officials to swiftly collect information on the damage, do their utmost to rescue people and save lives, and provide timely information to the public. An American visitor to the city described being woken up by violent shaking. "We were sleeping and it woke us up abruptly," Gate Kilpatrick, who was staying in a hotel in Osaka, told Reuters. "It was so terrifying because this is my first earthquake. I thought it was a nightmare because I was so confused. The whole world was aggressively shaking." Some residents said their homes had not suffered structural damage but that the shaking had sent objects flying off shelves. Monday's earthquake was the third measuring higher than magnitude 4 to have struck Japan, one of the world's most seismically active countries, in recent days. In March 2011, a magnitude 9 earthquake triggered a tsunami that killed more than 18,000 people along Japan's northeast coast.